Hello and welcome to another Tribal Wars video. This week it's standard Tribal Wars and I've decided to go big with giants. So the deck is basically a bit of a mix between ramp and control. So we've got Wolfwillow Haven and Beanstalk Giant as ramp cards, plus Domri, both kinds of Domri, to get to the big stuff earlier, and then we've got Shock, Stomp, Domri again, Deafening Clarion, and the Cast Off as removal of varying kinds, and then Tectonic Giant just as card advantage, Rumbling Sentry as a blocker, I guess. This is mostly what he's there for. And Grasping Giant. Whenever it becomes blocked by a creature, exile that creature until Grasping Giant leaves the battlefield, and it's 5% vigilance. I was intending to play more Grasping Giants and less Rumbling Sentries, but there's a weird lack of supply of Grasping Giants on MTJ at the moment. I mean, I could have gotten more, but I didn't feel like searching around for them. So yeah, it's nothing too complicated here really, just keep the opponent off kilter and accelerate yourself a bit up to the big stuff that should take over the game. Let's see whether that actually happens. Right then, here we are for round 2 against Fearful. I'm on the play. This seems alright, I've got a bit of ramp, bit of interaction, a sweeper to reset things when it all goes wrong, and a couple of Tectonic Giants. Probably wouldn't mind replacing one of these Tectonic Giants with another land, but I obviously don't have that choice. And also I'm going to need another red to actually cast the Tectonic Giants. Ooh. The Pussycats. Okay. Well, a 5-drop when I'm still only got 2 lands is not exactly what I was hoping for. I'm honestly not sure if there's any good reason to choose one of my lands over the other here, so I'm just going to choose arbitrarily. An Eternal Taskmaster. The 4th mana source, how fortunate for me. Alright, it's just... and it is a red source as well. Just get Tectonic. Whenever Ayara or another black creature enters the battlefield and you control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life, sacrifice another black creature, draw a card. So not entirely sure what the tribe is yet, but I'm reasonably certain there's some sacrificing and graveyard shenanigans going on. I think I attack here. See what I hit. If I get a land, I can just cast off to clear the board. And if not, I might do some stomping to save the Tectonic Giant depending on the blocks. I guess Beanstalk Giant. Okay, so I think just trade with Ayara. Maybe trade with the Taskmaster. No, I think trade with Ayara. If Fearful's going to spend the next turn paying 3 mana to put an Ayara back in hand, that seems fine. Okay. Or I could double bone crusher of the Eternal Taskmaster. Save my Tectonic Giant. No, it doesn't seem worth it. I'll just play out the other Tectonic Giant. I'll do a Beanstalk Giant. So I could Fertile Footsteps plus hold up Stomp. Or I could just play a Tectonic Giant. Well, let's go with the play that uses the Exile card while I still can. Let's go for... Don't really need a third green source, so either a third red or a third white. Let's go third red. I might want to Stomp and Bone Crusher and do something else in the same turn. Okay, yeah, I think just spending the turn to return that AR is fine for me. So 6 mana. Just play out the Tectonic Giant and then hold up a Stomp again. Temple of Melody Scribes to the bottom. And Pelucanos the Unchained. It enters battlefield with 6+1/+1 counters. It escapes with 12. If damage will be dealt to it, prevent the damage and remove counters. 3 to fight, 6 and 6 other cards to escape. Okay, so it's looking like it's probably zombies I'm facing here. I think this is a reasonable turn for a cast off. Before this can start fighting things. Let's see what I get. Maybe I can find a land. No. Let's take a shock. At worst I can just point at Furful's face. I mean, look at the top card of your library any time. Play the top card of your library. If you do, pay life equal to its converted mana cost rather than paying its mana cost. Okay. And then I'm pretty sure that sacrifice 10 non-land permanents is irrelevant. It's pretty difficult for that to happen. Okay, at this point I suppose I will just deal 3 damage because it represents multiple cards from potentially multiple cards from Bolas's Citadel. Okay. So it looks like I just shock and then Bone Crusher Giant, Stomp. Damage can't even be prevented. Okay, seems like another reasonable hand. Problem with a bit of a problem with the colours again. No white, well, Beanstalk Giant represents a white source, but I still need 2 to cast these things. certainly with a bit of interaction and a bit of ramp. That's the sort of hand I want to keep. And for full mulligan down to 6. Well, there's my second white source. Banishing Light. That seems reasonable against the Polychronous Graveyard Stuff deck. And a Fabled Passage. Finding a swamp. Seems unlikely that it's worth playing an untapped land just to hold up Stomp. So I was going to say pretty slow going from the opponent, but pretty slow going from me as well. At least I do get to do something here. Okay, Farmer Knight getting insightful. There's Polychronous. I'm pretty glad I got this Banishing Light to deal with it. So I can, yeah, Beanstalk Giant, play the land, and I'll still be able to Banishing Light. The Fatal Steps rather. What is this? Storev, Death Car in Lich. When it deals combat damage to a player or Planeswalker, return to your hand target creature or Planeswalker card in your graveyard that wasn't put in there this combat. Okay. So I guess this is not too big of a deal right now, obviously, because there's nothing in the graveyard, so I'll just play out the Grasping Giants. Okay, just gets ended swiftly. Like I said, there's nothing to bring back. I can afford to take 6 life, I think. And the Murderous Rider comes back, and I think I am just going to cast off this board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so. Nothing else to do but possibly stomp if the opportunity arises. Well, that's certainly not worth stomping. That seems reasonable to me. So I don't want a 7/7 Vigilance or an 8/8. I think I want a 7/7 Vigilance right now. I mean, plus the Beanstalk Giants get better as the game continues to go on. I kind of suspect this might the first one I play I'm just going to die anyway. Yep. So Eternal Taskmaster targeting the Starev and indeed bringing him back. Strider come down. I think I'm inclined to Tech Giant and then probably use 2 stomps to kill something. Okay, another Swift End. I do get my value out of it. I guess I might as well just go for a shark. And yeah, let's just shock and stomp the Taskmaster. Down to 8, and then the other Murder Strider comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think I'm inclined to Rumbling Sentry plus play the Adventured Bone Crusher Giant. Rather not just get eternally tempoed out by removal. That seems fine. Scries to the top. Ooh, Grey Merchant. That puts me down to 2. That's unpleasant. It feels very much like that could be another Grey Merchant on the top, which will kill me. So I don't know otherwise why you wouldn't play the Lich guy first, so that this Grey Merchant would have killed me. Or would kill me next turn. But I don't think there's any way for me to beat a second Grey Merchant from here. Okay. Ooh, Wallace's Citadel. Okay, well that's also probably going to be a problem for me. I guess it's not technically impossible that something similar to last time happens. It seems unlikely. Okay, so yeah, I'm just dead now. Sacrifice the familiar and then bring it back with the food it makes to do 2 damage to me. What do we have here? Bit low on the mana sources, but it's got some interaction. I'm going to keep it. Sure hope I don't get stuck on two lands forever. Top two cards of your library into your graveyard and gain 2 life. Okay, I'm just going to shock that. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of great targets for shocking in the opponent's deck, and Death Touch thing obviously can just trade with any of my creatures. Alright, well that's... I would have preferred a land, but this works better than not a mana source. There's Taskmaster, there's Ayara and Myers Triton as targets. Okay, I think I'm just going to play the Tectonic Giant. Dissuade that Eternal Taskmaster from attacking. There's Lucanos. Okay. This is just running to target with a spell, so we still fight it. So I could Beanstalk Giant and Bone Crusher Giant, or I could just Rumbling Sentry. I'm just going to Rumbling Sentry. So you can maybe find a Banishing Light for the Pelucanus. That's not a Banishing Light. How much is this to escape? 6 mana and 6 other cards. What was that? Oh, that was the fight. And there's a Banishing Light, but just in time for the Witch's Oven to be an issue. Alright, I'm going to Fertile Footsteps. Let's go white, I suppose. There's no point in banishing a 3/3 Pelucanus. While Witch's Oven is in play and untapped. There's the end for me. Another Witch's Oven. Eternal Taskmaster obviously not able to bring anything back at this point. Alright, let's go Giant. That is what I came to do today. I mean, how many Murderous Riders could Thurful possibly have in their deck? Okay. At least they're not to get me every time with it. One, two, three, four, five, six. Just Deafening Clarion. And then play out the Bone Crusher. I'm just going to both get sacrificed here, but that's whatever. Next turn will be a wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe I'm gonna say maybe next turn will be a bring escape Pelucana, so then I can banishing light it, but it would need to be like a 6 mana and 6 other cards. It need to be a sacrifice land, Fabled Passage for that to happen. Nightmare Shepherd. Whenever an untaken creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that nightmare. It's a 6, it's a 1/1, it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. Okay. So that might prove to be a bit of a nuisance with the Witch's Ovens. But I suppose I can't Banishing like that, because then you just sacrifice it and bring back Pelucranos, and I don't think I can deal with a 12/12 Pelucranos. Not necessarily sure I can deal with a 4/4 flyer either. Oh, let's think for a second. It feels entirely possible that the 4/4 flyer might just be a bigger threat than the Pelucranos. Yeah, yeah, I think I probably do have to Banishing Light it. As horribly inefficient as this is. Seems like maybe it's just not a 6th land. No, never mind. It's just another Pelucranos as a 6/6. Okay, let's play out the thing. I care less if it gets eaten. Fought by Pelucranos. Really on another Bone Crusher Giant. And I've only got 4.5 minutes, so can't really dilly-dally. Doesn't have trample or anything. Alright, I'll trade my 3/6 for half of your 6/6. Storev. Let's play a 6/6. Quite like to save my cast off for after a Pelucranos comes back, if possible. Or at least for after a couple of these Murder's Riders get played out. tectonic giant and play a tap land. Grey merchant, and I'm dead. Well, that was unfortunate. Guess I should have cast off. I spent all that time thinking about Pelucranos and I didn't even really do anything. Right, we're up to round 3. I'm on the draw versus Cruel Hellraiser. And I sure hope these damaging spells are going to be useful in this matchup. One card on top of the library. Let's go for a Temple of Abandon in case I draw the land enchantment. Another scry to the top, and another Witch's Oven. It's just Temple of Triumph. Yeah, Beanstalk Giants. Fine draw for next turn. This is battlefield. I don't want to counter. Remove it to gain Hexproof. So I should be able to at least Clarion to clear that up. Red Source and Walls Up Shock for whatever that's worth. Ooh, another 3/3. Perfect. What does it do? Whenever it attacks or blocks, create a food token and you sacrifice 2 food to draw a card. Yeah, I think I'm fine holding off a turn on the Clarion to get a Tectonic Giant into play. I'm sure I'll get punished for this by having my Tectonic die and then take 6 damage, but you know. Yeah. Well, I can fail to our Footsteps and Clarion next turn. That was the Savvy Hunter eating some food. Alright, let's Fertile Footsteps. These are presumably going to get sacrificed to the oven. Yep. This is battlefield. Create 3 food tokens and sacrifice 3 tokens to bring it back from the graveyard to the battlefield. Well, isn't that a pain? Guess I just play my own 7 power creature. I don't really want to take 7 here. Comes back. But no, I'm going to have an 8/8. And nothing can beat an 8/8. Especially not a gilded goose. I don't really understand this, but I still don't want to take 7 damage. Okay, it feels like I just ate a giant opportunity there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 essentially for the wolf below. And a rumbling sentry and stomp the goose, I think. Stomp this goose before it can start making any more food. I mean, I suppose it's going to get baked in... I don't know, I was going to say it's going to get Witch's Oven, but apparently not. That's the bake into the pie. Alright, I guess I'm taking 7 as much as I didn't want that to happen. Okay. So let's... Domri... I think I just minus it. Oh, well, that is unfortunate. Okay. Well, screw me, I guess. It's about for currently 2. Okay. So just create a token. You can sacrifice permanents to give it +2/+2. Now I need to double lock here. Back it comes. Do I want to riot the Bone Crusher Giant or the Tectonic Giant? suppose I probably want more toughness against the trampling guy. Maybe these shots will be relevant at some point. Okay. So that'll be 18 points of trample. Yeah, I guess I have to sacrifice a goat here. Speaking of your upkeep, exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on it, otherwise sacrifice it. I think I might just have to double shock that. It's turned into food. Ooh, beanstalk giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess I just fertile footsteps and then write the beanstalk giant. I mean, the other option was down ticking the Domri. Obviously we all saw how badly that went last time. Suspect I don't need to sacrifice something here. Alright, let's down tick the Domri. Let's hope it does something this time. Yeah, that kind of did something. So definitely want the Realm Cloak Giant. Wait, it was running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's just go Realm and Grasping. Cast off. Get out of here, everyone who's not a giant. And phew. Looked a bit dicey for a moment or two there, but I did manage to bring it back. Not got a lot going in the early turns, but Banishing Light seems pretty useful, and it doesn't seem like a very doesn't seem like a match where I'm going to need to do a lot in the early turns very often. Temple gets me. Bone Crusher. Well, it's stuff to do in the early turns, but it doesn't seem very good against what the opponent's doing. So let's ditch it. That's the Dark-Eyed Troll. Okay, maybe that stomp would have been that Bone Crusher Giant would have been okay. Yeah. It seems pretty implausible that banishing the Gilded Goose is good. But I could be facing the 5-mana creature next turn. I guess that's fine. I guess I'll just banish in line whatever gets played. Okay, Gluttonous Troll. Not mind a sweeper right about now. Okay. I think I probably do need to Banishing Light here. So going for the Dark-Eyed Troll is okay because... Oh no, sorry, that's not true because the Gilded Goose is up, so I have to go for the Gluttonous Troll. Hopefully this is going to be a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's get ready to rumble. Does it even make sense to keep that to kill the goose anymore? Yeah, I guess it does. It's obviously a deck that can make reasonable use of food, so taking out a food producer seems like an alright thing to do. It does kind of look like Cruel Hellraiser is just flooding out. I think I'm just going to Dominate and down tick and then stomp. And then just one creature. Entirely possible I don't actually have enough creatures in my deck to make the Domri down tick good. Okay then. Stomp here, and then I can right the Grasping Giant to make it a 6/8, so it can tangle with the Feasting Troll King effectively. Yeah, I mean, that is the only thing I'll be able to do this turn, but it does still seem reasonable. Right to the top, but no having my Grasping Giant baked into a pie or anything, so that's nice for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I guess I'm scrying, rumbling and bone crushing. I suppose I should start with Grasping Giant first. Okay. So 5/4 or a 4/7. I think a 5/4, since the Feasting Troll can still kills the 4/7. Need more lands. Clapbridge Troll. No, I don't think I need to sacrifice anything here. Perfect draw. Just getting 3 life, that's fine. Getting 6 life rather. And then getting hit back down to 20. Decision here is whether to riot up the Rummage Sentry or down tick Domri. I think I want to just riot up the Rumbling Sentry. Really just do want a lot of toughness out against these big trample guys. And then I'll down tick Domri when I don't have anything else to do. Should actually have a look at what the emblem does. Beginning of each head set, create 4/4 red and green beast creature taken with trample. Okay, so yeah, I don't mind a Tectonic Giant. Basically don't mind anything that's not a land. Honest troll, okay. That does threaten quite a lot of potential power. With a bunch of lands and some food. I'm not too worried about it yet. Okay, just gets grabbed by the giant. And I will down take Domri at this point. Realm cloaked. Guess maybe I should have down take Domri first. Okay, well that's still good enough for Cruel Hellraiser to throw in the towel. Okay, Fairfall was kind enough to donate their time to have another match to make up for that buy I had. Apparently they're playing a different deck though, so yeah, it shouldn't be a repetition. And this hand is almost good. So I'm on the draw. We've got 3 draws to hit another land. For this hand to be functional. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Nailed it. Let's play a Temple Garden in case I draw the whatever it's wolf ramp enchantment card. Okay, Paradise Druid, that gets killed by Deafening Clarion. And a Leafkin Druid. But shocking to play the Leafkin Druid. What 2-mana counter magic is there in Standard? I think I'm going to hedge my bets by playing the Banishing Light. Don't really feel like letting my opponent on top with 6 mana. But I don't want to risk the Deafening Clarion if it's just going to get countered or something. Okay, no, that's just fine. Or is it a Hexreef thing? Ah, it's just a Growth Spiral. That makes a bunch of sense. So, Teema makes me think Elementals. Plus the Elemental that I've already seen. Yeah, this also kind of makes me think Elementals, but this also just makes me think powerful deck. Guess I've probably got Banishing Light the Nissa. Cavalier of Thorns. So it's battlefield, reveal top 5, put a land card onto the battlefield, and when it dies you can exile it to put another target card from your graveyard on top of your library. It's also a bit of a problem. Really wish I'd spent that deafening clarion earlier instead of the banishing light. Yeah, I suppose if I just play out the rumbling sentry, that should, assuming it survives, provide a pretty reasonable deterrent for attacking. No, I'd kind of like to find something to an answer for that cavalier. So yeah, this seems like a horrible position for me. That's blinking the cavalier and tapping down blockers. So yeah, even if I play another creature, for Claria and just tap down the rumbling, take 5, play another creature, tap down whatever, attack with everything, I chump the cavalier and take 5. So yeah, I'm just screwed. Okay, seems alright. Shocked to take out one of the ramp creatures and Beanstalk Giant to get to my later stuff. Okay, and for full mulligans to 6. That does get me to my 5th mana source, but that seems unnecessary. Sure, Tectonic Giant will find me what I need. Well, I found my 5th mana source anyway, so that's fine. I guess I need to stomp and shock that. Another Leaf King Druid. Can't do what I did last time, so let's just play a Tectonic Giant. And a Cloud Kinseer. Well, there's something at least that shock can hit. Let's see what Tectonic Giant can find me. Let's take a Beanstalk Giant. Grab another red source and crush the most tasty looking target at end of turn, or stomp it rather. enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, and then put 2 cards. It's brainstorm basically. When it dies, shuffle into the library and scry 2. Stomp the Seer. Let's just attack with this. Because I can just shock the Cavalier if it blocks, but I kind of doubt that'll be the case. Okay, I don't mind that. So 3 for Domri, 3 for the Fertile Footsteps, and 1 for the Shock. Oh god, how many? I think I've got 3 mountains in my deck. Yeah. Ooh. How clever of me to put 3 mountains into the deck. The 1 card on the bottom, 1 on top from the scry. Ouch. Bit annoying. That can do a bunch of damage to Domri. And here's Thassa. Suppose if I want Domri to survive, no, that's probably impossible. Because this can just tap down a blocker. So I think I'm just going to play a Beanstalk Giant. Maybe next turn it'll be that's to tap down the Beanstalk Giant, attack Domri to death, and then I can cast off to destroy everything and attack the Nissa back. Seems like it might be something frightening. Yeah, Cavalier. Well, it gets cast off just like everything else. And there's Omnath. Not quite able to kill my Beanstalk Giant though, but that makes Thassa a creature. Okay, Domri can die. I didn't care about him anyway. Okay, now Beanstalk Giant is going to die. So now, I mean, I can cast off, but then this is going to still prove to be a big problem. I mean, it's not like there's a good alternative to casting off, though. I don't want to take all of my life total in damage. And that is 2 cards on top of the library, which also does not bode well for me. MacLeod and I get hit for 3. What's this thing? How does this thing beat me when it at ultimates? Lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards and put them onto the battlefield, right? And there's a couple more lands courtesy of, I don't know, yeah, a land from Cavalry and then a draw from Cloudkin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I probably have to stomp the Nissa to stop it from ultimate, so I can't beat that this turn. So that's 2 for the stomp, 5 for the rumbling sentry. That doesn't seem like a great option. Neither does anything else though, really. Yeah, I don't think the Tectonic Giant's good enough. Nope, that won't do it. I need another, I don't know, cast off or at least a banishing light or something to deal with these troublesome permanents. Okay, yeah, my rumbling sentry gets tapped down, so I'm taking 13. Down to 2, and then even a cast off won't do it, because I can kill everything with it, but then the Nissa still kills me. So yeah, super dead. Alright, so that was a 1 and 2 result of actually played matches, which is not super great. Although since both losses were to Furful, that's kind of like only losing once. Maybe not. Don't think I played super well this event. Stuff like not playing that Deafening Clarion, the fear of a counter spell. If I was more familiar with Standard, I probably would have realised that Growth Spiral was the much more likely card. I mean, I don't even know if there are any playable 2-mana counterspells in Standard. And that almost certainly would have changed how the game played out. And also, I think I was should have been more trigger happy with throwing out stomps to kill just random creatures. Just to use mana efficiently and get the Bone Crusher Giant into exile. And there's also the not casting cast off and then dying immediately after to a grey merchant. Also, some of my deck choices looked a bit stupid in the context of what I played against. Like, Shock was never very good, but I never played against Knights, which is always a popular deck in Standard, and that's kind of what I put Shock in for. Just have the more early plays, and then the pattern of going Beanstalk Giant on turn 3 for a mountain and shocking something is a great way of not falling behind on tempo against the aggressive decks, the aggressive weenie decks. Deafening Clarion wasn't that great, although again that was mostly included for the aggro matches that I didn't face, so I didn't really do too well. But I think I want to play with the deck again in another event before I make any decisions about what needs to change about it. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments, and thank you very much for watching.